Yo, what's up with everybody, man? I hope that everybody's having a good one, man. Before we get into one of my videos, man, I just wanted to take the time out, and I appreciate y'all taking the time out to watch this Black and Missing and to understand why I do this. Because I do this, to try to put a little bit more spotlight on these missing children and why I do so, right? So out of 389,000 people went missing in 2023. 57% of those individuals were white, and that includes Hispanics. 40% were minority. Another 3% went unknown. 40% of the missing persons are persons of color, yet African Americans only make up 13% of the population. That's including to the census.gov. Thousands of people are reported missing every year in the U.S., and while not every case will get widespread media attention, the coverage of white and minority victims is far from proportionate. Why is there a disparity in media coverage? Well, runaways. A lot of minority children are initially classified as runaways, and as a result, do not receive the Amber Alert. Criminals. Missing minority adults are labeled as associated with criminal involvement, gangs, and drugs. There's a desensitized. It is believed that missing minorities live in impoverished conditions, and crime is a regular part of their daily lives. Missing persons reported by gender, and this is all races. 50% female. 31,000 people are females. 185,000 were male. 173 of those individuals are listed as unknown, and that's 1%. Breakdown based on age and race. Under 18, white include Hispanic, 53%, African American, 40%, Asian and Indian, 4%, 3% were unknown. 755,000, the total number of missing persons of color under the age of 18. So this is why I do this, to try to bring some light upon these individuals that are missing from their families. So first up, we have Kassan Young, been missing since September 6, 2024, 13 years old, from Savannah, Georgia. Black, complexions dark, height is 5'7", weight is 135 pounds, hair color black, hair length is short, eye color is brown. Location last seen, says Kassan was last seen on September 6, 2024 in the area of 99 West Gate Boulevard in Savannah, Georgia around 9 p.m. Anyone with information, please contact the Savannah Police Department at 912-651-6742 or BAMFI at 877-97-BAMFI. You can also visit the website at BAMFI.org, or you can scan that there on your phone to get there quicker. Appreciate that. Next, we have a young lady. Her name is LaKayla Brewer. She's been missing since September 2nd, 2024. She's 16 years old, from Springfield, Massachusetts, it looks like. Gender, female. Race, black. She's light complected, 5'6", 120 pounds. Hair color's black. Hair length, shoulder length hair. Eye color brown. Says location last seen. LaKayla was last seen on September 2nd, 2024. Anyone with any information, please contact the Springfield Police Department at 413-787-6300 or BAMFI at 877-97-BAMFI, or visit BAMFI.org or scan that there on your phone there. Take you straight to the site. I'm not sure. I hope that that's Massachusetts. I still remember my states. I'm not trying to be funny here. But anybody with any information upon these young people here, please go ahead and contact the local police departments or BAMFI with any leads. Make sure these young people get home. I ask, no matter what religion, creed, color that you are, that you pray for these young people and their families, that they are found and they get home safely and send good vibes their way. Man, I appreciate y'all taking the time out today, man. You know what I'm saying? So y'all know how I do it. Truck and Chubby always sends my prayers, and I always give the good vibes, man. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Enjoy the video. Yo, 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 what up with it, yo? What's up? What's cracking? Fans point of view, it's the morning. Yes, sir. Morning. Got our picks going. Got Shad in the building. What up, bro? What's good with it?
What up?
Ain't nothing, man. You know, same old, man. Same old. You know, out here getting it, man. Just trying to live, brother. Just trying to live.
And then wrong with that?
Trying to live, man. Hold on. Let me get my thing going real quick so that I'm able to go up on the stage so we can get this thing rolling the right way. All right. Got some of our things going. You know, we got our let me get that pulled up the right way, bro. All right. All right. So how you been, man? How you been, bro?
Man, they were doing good, man. I mean, I
All
can't
right.
complain. What about
All
you?
right. Hey, man, same here, man. I can't, man. You know, same old everything, man. You know, working hard through the week, man. You know, grinding out here, man. Busy, real busy. Been extra busy, bro. Doing that
Oh
lot,
yeah, yeah,
trying to
yeah,
get a
yeah,
lot done and everything, man. So I'm glad that you was able to come up this morning and get this done. You know, so we can just have the rest of the day or whatever. I think at the Saturday mornings, I think that may be I don't know. I like it though, kinda.
yeah,
All
yeah,
right,
yeah.
for sure. You tired? We get it done, man. So you can go ahead and get you some rest. Cause I know you tired, bro. I feel you. I
Oh
feel you, man.
nah, I'm good. I just, I gotta go in tonight, so
Okay. All
it,
right.
it's always a daunting task.
Oh yeah. Right. 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 All right, man. So obviously, man, I know you've been seeing what's going on in the college football world, man, and everything that's going on, that everything that went on. But did you get the chance to watch that game last night, man? With
Yeah,
Arizona and Kansas?
yeah. I got to watch both games, and to be honest, obviously, we're doing this. Obviously, we were gonna do this, earlier to make these
Right.
particular picks. So, it's kind of hindsight, but it doesn't take away from the aspect of we still make the pick. To be honest with you, going into this particular game and and this is probably more so about what Fafita and T Mac were able to do, when they opened the season up. I actually, retrospectively speaking, I would have picked Arizona in this game.
Me too. Me too. I ain't lying.
But yeah, yeah. So
Me too.
but when you watch the game unfold, you kind of see the first two, you kind of see the first two drives by the teams, and you're like, okay, well, all right, it's gonna be one of them type of games. But then it's like, hey, we're gonna get we gonna make y'all wish Jed Fisher's back here. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
you
Jeez, bro.
know,
I
yeah,
know.
yeah. But
I know, man. But I mean, Brett Brennan couldn't look though. I mean, he's on the sideline looking crazy. I'm like 71 to
crazy.
31. Jeez, that 71, that 31-7. Come on, man. Like, come on, man. They like they
I
out there.
mean,
Huh?
and again, like I said, and I've said this countless amount of times, that how the Big 12 is going to be, what the Pac 12 was, last year. And obviously the Big 12 did have, quite a few teams that were able to have good seasons last year. But you
Yeah.
think about the influx, and I'm looking at it like, man, Arizona, how are people going to be able to stop that? Because all their defense has to do is get a 3-and-out here, a punt there, and they just gonna go out there and they're gonna put so much pressure on you that they're gonna force you in a Big 12 that has been more run centric, as of late. It's gonna
Right.
force them to put them in uncompromising positions. But hats off to Kansas State for their defense, stepping up, to the occasion and like, nah, we're gonna continue to dictate the situation with Avery Johnson and DJ Giddens. So, and like I said, both of those guys had phenomenal games, last night. So, hats off to Kansas State. It's not a pretty brand of football in the realm of what we're kind of
Mm-hmm.
gotten used to. They're still kind of the old Kansas State. I still remember, like I said, back in 2010, 2011, when Colin Klein was playing there. Like, it wasn't a pretty brand of football, but it was extremely effective for that 2 years. But yeah, man,
Yeah, that was an
they
ugly
look,
game, bro.
they look nice. Yeah, they look nice though.
Oh
It's
yeah,
ugly, but
Kansas
it's
State.
nice.
Oh yeah, Kansas State. Yeah, 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 man. Kansas State. Look, man. I wouldn't have thought they would have done them like that. To be honest, I wouldn't have thought that not like that. Maybe they beat them, but
Nah,
not
nah,
not not
nah.
that bad. And Kansas State looked dominant. Shout out to Dylan Edwards, man. Shout out to Dylan Edwards, man. He did his thing, man. That boy did his thing last night, man. Um, it's funny how subliminal messages work out because right after Dylan Edwards go ahead and return that punt for a touchdown, it's funny because then the Coach Prime KFC commercial come on right after that. That's funny how this television network stuff work. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I didn't even, I didn't even put that together. But to be honest, I was watching the game, but
Yeah.
I was kind of preoccupied doing something else. So, but
Okay.
yeah, but I did see that particular commercial though.
Yeah, man. It's funny how that happened, but you know how people, you know how that this thing work, this game work, but man, they balled out, man, and I like what they did. Kansas, shout out to Kansas. Um, I'm disappointed in Arizona.
Put some respect on it. Kansas State.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, Kansas State.
Right.
Yeah,
Hey,
oh yeah, I definitely got to
because
put a
of
lot
right
of
what's
yeah,
going on right now.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
disrespectful now, dog.
My fault. Yeah, bro. Hey, good catch. Hey, bro. Hey, good catch, bro. Hey, bro. For real, good catch, bro. Good catch. Yeah, man. Kansas State, man. Shout out to Kansas State, man. And they doing their thing out there, man. They look good. Um, man, I can't. Sheesh, bro. I can't. I'm disappointed in Arizona. I am, man. I'm disappointed, man. I cannot lie and say I sit here and say today that I'm not disappointed in Arizona and what they put on that field for display, man. That's come on, Arizona. Y'all got to do better, man. Y'all got to do better. I have to do better than that. But yeah,
This you don't usually see a high flying offense just grounded like that, but it happens.
yeah. I mean, why would they go to 5 wide, 4 wide? They didn't run the ball that much in that game. They at first they come out condensed formation, motion, so forth and so on, and then there started being false starts. There started being illegal formations called, and then they started going to the 4 and 5 wide. I'm like, why? No, that's not Noah Favita style. Like that's not how Arizona plays. That's not you can't drop back 40 times with Noah Favita in the game and expect to win that football game. I don't think that that's a good recipe for Noah Favita and Brent Brennan. If they're going to do that, I don't think that this is going to be their only loss in the Big 12. I must say
Nah,
that. If they're going to
nah.
drop back Noah Favita 42 times in a game, this is not going to be a winning recipe for Arizona, man. It maybe have worked the first game, but when you start playing these other Big 12 teams, yeah, it's gonna be an upset, man. Shout out to them, man. Shout out Kansas State one more time, man. Avery Johnson putting in work. DJ Giddens out there putting in the work. That tight end, he like to get his tight end the ball a lot too, man. So you
He
know,
threw he snuck a pass in there yesterday that was like, man. Obviously, he's not as consistent of a throw. He still has to work on the aspect, but that particular throw was big time. Dumped it
yeah,
right over the guy that was guarding him, and then right in front of the incoming safety. So I thought that was a
right,
big time pass by him. Risky, but he put it only where his guy had a chance, though.
right, right, bro. Somebody
Oh
being
man,
funny. Shout out
oh
to TH.
man.
Shout out Katie Allman, man. Shout out to Katie. Katie in the chat. She always supporting us, bro. Shout out to everybody out there. TH said, ain't it funny how Dylan Edwards at K-State has more touchdowns and yards combined than all the running backs together as Colorado? Yeah, I think it's at Colorado. Oh man,
Yeah,
people like being
yeah.
petty. People like attacking them. It's funny, man. Look, did you get a chance to see the Kansas game? So you say you watched both.
Disappointed.
Oh my goodness,
But you know what? You know what?
Kansas,
Let me stop.
Kansas,
Let
Kansas,
me
Kansas.
let me stop saying that. Let me stop saying disappointed because um that's a contradiction to what I've said about
Okay.
you have to stop looking at the names on the jerseys this moving forward. So but I do think that Kansas walked into this season with high expectations and now y'all sitting at 1-2
Yeah.
and y'all have more questions now than y'all had to begin the season. Dynamic running back and Devin Neal, quarterback, his name escapes me, supposed to, come back and get back to his, his form. You know, I I got the wide receiver as a fan on my fantasy. He only had one catch yesterday, so I mean, it's like y'all got a lot of questions y'all have to answer right now. I mean, and the way as competitive as the Big 12 is, and how a lot of people are gonna say they're gonna end up cannibalizing each other. I mean, you're not out of it, you know. You're not out of it, but you are continuing to make it. You're making it harder, taking the loss to a UNLV, a team that's not even in a Power Four conference. You're making it a lot harder,
Hey,
on
bro,
yourself.
aren't they? And I don't want to cut you off, but ain't they Pac-12 now, right?
Who UNLV
Yeah,
or
yeah, you,
Pac-12?
yeah, they Pac-12 now.
So
Oh, you ain't
Pac-12
heard
got
the
three
news,
teams.
huh?
So they got three teams now.
Yeah, no, the Pac-12, bro, actually has UNLV, um, Fresno State, Boise State, and there's one more, man. There's one more.
What?
People out there watching, help me out here because they just added four people from out of the Mountain West to their
So
yeah to the
is going
Pac-12.
into is going into effect this year. Is going to go into effect next year.
I think I have to believe they saying it's going into effect this probably next year to be honest,
Okay,
but
okay, okay.
yeah,
Yeah, okay, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. But I mean, kind of watching the game, and one of the things that I said watching the game was that it was so interesting watching because they have a black offensive coordinator. I hate that I don't know his name, but I said it's just so different and unique because usually you don't necessarily see the black guys be the OCs. You kind of see them more so being the defensive coordinators. And my man had the gold chain on, like he had a little Jerry curl, and I mean he was. I mean he literally was. He whatever Kansas was trying to do defensively, he had an answer offensively for it, and not a very high scoring game,
oh they not
by any stretch. But I mean you got to tip your hat to UNLV, man. And I don't think anybody would have had that as as an upset. But
excuse
UNLV
me.
is 3-0, and again, like I said, if it goes into effect next year, it looks like this is going to. And I'm gonna tell you something else. I know this is kind of off topic, but I'm gonna tell you something else.
What's
The
that?
the G5,
Mm-hmm.
you're only guaranteed one particular playoff spot. Now, what's going to be interesting is like you say, UNLV is undefeated. Obviously, Boise took that L to Oregon, but they play Oregon tough. Liberty is right there. It's going to be some interesting discussions when it comes down to who's going to get that particular spot and how the playoff committee is going to rank these G5 teams, and if more than one G5 team has an opportunity to make it to the playoffs. That's
Right.
going to be interesting. If you got two undefeated G5 teams, they're going to allow both of those particular teams to make it into the playoffs over, let's say, one loss or even a two-loss SEC or Big Ten team. It's going to be
Mm-hmm.
something really to keep an eye on once October rolls around when the initial playoff ranking comes out. It's going to be really interesting. But G5 is playing some ball this year, man.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, I stand corrected. These are the new Pac-12 teams: Boise State, Colorado State University, Fresno, Oregon State, San Diego State, and Washington State.
Okay,
That's the
okay.
Pac-12 as of right now. I think I believe I believe, bro, they're trying to get this passed like
So,
now. They're trying to get
oh,
this like this year, so that I have no idea what's going on with it. I'll have to read up more on it, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the new pack. So and what they
Okay.
got going on there. But yeah, you right, bro. You right. Uh, good take.
I
The
mean,
G5 is balling, and
I mean, looking at these particular list of competitors, I mean, obviously Boise State has that loss right now, but Boise probably the I guess what Boise and Oregon State would probably be the two best right now, and
mhm.
both of them, two of them have to play Oregon. So I guess if one of them upsets Oregon or plays them tougher, I mean, I don't know, but I mean, I know Boise had a fantastic game against Oregon last week, though.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
yeah, I know, right? I know, right? So, how you
Oh
feeling
man,
about?
I don't know, man.
Huh?
I, nah, what about the Alabama Wisconsin? I mean,
Yeah,
I
bro.
don't. I mean, I don't. To be honest, I don't really know. You know,
Yeah,
obviously,
bro.
if you're just looking at the logo, you know, you're gonna say, hey, look, Alabama's gonna take this. You know, but I mean, I don't actually know. I mean,
That's a good answer. I mean, I take it. I will take that, bro. I
I
will
don't know,
take that.
man.
Bro, I take that, bro, all day, bro. I sit there and take that. I don't know, rather than you sit here and say something else that what I mean. We lead somebody astray or something, but I think like so the Alabama game. I think that let me get this pulled down so I can get some other stats pulled up. But this Alabama game, I think they're giving Wisconsin, bro, like 15 and a half points at home. No, 16 and a half points
Yeah,
at
16
home.
and a half. I saw. Yeah, I looked at the last night.
16
16
and a
and a
half
half.
points at home. You know what I mean? So, I mean, if you 16 and a half points, I think I took Wisconsin. I did. Um, but I do think Alabama will win this football game. Um, I do. Even though how they what they showcased against USF, and it seemed like USF was in that first half of that ball game for most of that ball game, and then then Alabama just showed like, look, we Alabama, and we started pulling away from USF in that game. So looking at that game, you would think that Wisconsin has a fighting chance, but week to week with college football, sometimes things change and they turn up and whatever else, and maybe Wisconsin gives them a game, but they usually be able to keep the score down low enough. They're able to keep the score a little bit lower on the full on when people play them. TVD being up there, I know he has scarred a lot of Miami fans and made a lot of Miami fans not comfortable with TVD playing, but I
Man,
do think that he'll play better in Wisconsin, because they depend on playing good defense and running the ball, and they'll pass a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I do think that this would be a low scoring game. Like I said, I do think that Wisconsin will cover, but I got Alabama to win, bro. Yeah. So I hope I said that clear and correct the right way. How I said that. All right. So
yeah,
me away. Yeah, I gotta go with them. I gotta go with
yeah.
Alabama, bro.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I probably more so probably lean towards Alabama too because it's just the uncertainty of what Wisconsin is going to be. Obviously, if you look at the you know coaching staff and what it is they're trying to do, obviously because a lot of people get the misconception about Phil Longo is that Phil Longo is a guy that just wants to throw it around the yard a lot, but in reality, he wants to run the ball, wants to run and set up the pass, and yeah, it's going to be a lot of Miami fans that are going to be kind of tuned into this game
Mm-hmm.
to hate watch, to say sad bunch of individuals if you ask me. But one thing about that Alabama game last week, and shout out to Hayes for bringing this to my attention is what was kind of overlooked is Alabama lost 3 fumbles against USF last week, so that was kind of what kept them in the game. It wasn't kind of a scenario where it was like last year where they were just playing bad, all the way
Yeah.
around. But it seems like once they got the fumbling issue together, they pretty much took off. So, and like I said, Kalen DeBoer is again. I have to go back an absurd win loss record, just absurd win loss record. Um, But yeah, I think and this will be the kind of the first time that Alabama kind of gets out of their comfort zone in many aspects. Like Alabama has under Nick Saban benefited
Yeah.
from being able to set the, we're not going to go that far. We're Alabama going to come to us. You know what I mean? So this is going to be kind of their first, taste of kind of going up here,
Mm-hmm.
to a situation. So it'll be interesting to see how the fan base travels up there. And it just be kind of interesting to see how, the players kind of, react because obviously the season's kind of changing, so they're gonna be a little bit, still an early kick, but I'm sure the temperature for that game probably gonna be what, maybe the 60s, you know, mid to low 70s or something like that at kickoff. I know it's an early kick, but I still think it'll probably be a little bit cooler because I know it's cooler down here, so I know it's much cooler in Madison, Wisconsin. So it'd be interesting to see how those guys kind of handled it.
Right,
So
right. Do you
yeah,
think they hang around? You think they hang around? You think
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin? Yeah,
Um, I mean, I don't know, man, because
tough
usually in
to
a game
say.
like this,
Mm-hmm.
you would say that hey, the coaching to kind of keep it close. But Kalen DeBoer is just as good as Luke Fickle. Some people may say even better than Luke Fickle in the stats they
Right.
have. So no, if Wisconsin come out there playing games, like nah, this
Yeah,
could end up being
Alabama gonna pull off.
this could be end up it could end up being a rout. You know,
Okay.
it really could.
All
Really
right.
could.
I feel
Because
that, bro. I do. I
because
feel that.
one thing that hasn't necessarily changed, and I know some people I may get some pushback for this. One thing that hasn't particularly changed is the Big Ten in the many aspects still do not have the speed to keep up with some of these Southern teams, and I think
Mm,
Wisconsin is still kind of in that
yeah.
thing. It's gonna take a couple of years to kind of get some of those guys, but no,
Right.
but they play around like yeah, Alabama is gonna make an example.
Right. 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 And shout out to General Vic out there, man. Alabama's a squad. Shout out to my cousin Juju, man. Now Alabama's his squad, man. So I'm sure they like, man, Wisconsin ain't gonna stick around, man. They gonna blow them boys out, man.
I said it. They
So
play around. It's gonna get ugly.
they're gonna blow it. I'm sure that's what they saying. So you know what time it is and all that. All right, man. A little bit more SEC ball, man. Boston College has kind of been hot lately, man. As of lately, they've been they looking okay, but Florida State. People saying Florida State ain't that good and whatever else. They DJU and this that team is a lot more than just DJU and his lack of play. Let me
Yeah,
say that first,
yeah,
but
it is.
Boston College is looking good under Thomas Castellano. They got that new head coach. What's his name up there, bro? Up at Boston
Bill
College,
Bill O'Brien.
Bill O'Brien, man. Hey, he's doing a great, fantastic job up there at Boston College. I must add, man, in the ACC, bro. I think he's doing great up there, bro. I really do. And then they're taking on Missouri at Missouri. I think these SEC atmospheres are different than ACC atmospheres. No disrespect to the ACC, but I think that these SEC country is different when they play ball, and they have Boston College favored at. I mean, they're giving Boston College 15 and a half points in this on the spread or whatever. That's what they're giving Boston College in this game, right? But I will say that the Brady Cook they and Luther Burton, those guys got to show a run game. They have to show a run game in this game, get the run game going to help out Luther Burton a little bit more. Because I think that Boston Colleges they got some decent corners. Good, they always got a good linebacker. You know, the best the one of the best linebackers that I like was Luke Kuechly that came up out of Boston College. He was an animal. And yes, that's the college team he played for. And Boston College trenches look good, right? They were able to dominate versus Florida State, and they were able to show a lot more in that game. So, and then when you got the looking at Missouri, I really haven't dived too deep into Missouri. So, I'm not sure how they would perform, but I did get to see their blowout game. I think it was game one, and they blew a team out. But I think there was a little bit of issues in that front, you know what I mean? And but that's why I said I think they need to get the running game going versus Boston College, and that just depend on Brady Cook beating Luther Burt and Luther Burton beating Boston College. I don't think that that's a good recipe to go up against Boston College and Missouri's linebackers. I think they'll answer the bell, and we'll get to see them play and see if they can contain Thomas Castellano, because you gotta account for him as a runner. I mean, he is a hell of an athlete and he can throw the ball. He's proven that, but they have to account for him. So those linebackers will be getting their hands full today. I think this is another one of those games where I think so that I don't know. They gotta beat them more than by just 2 touchdowns. In order to cover for whatever the spread. But look, man, let me just cut to the chase here, bro. And pass it to you. I think without a doubt, I know Missouri wins this game. It's a home game. Missouri, I think they got something for Boston College, but I do think that I don't know if it's going to be a 17-point win, but I got Missouri in this game, man.
I don't know, man, because it's one of them pick'ems. It's to me. Obviously, I haven't. Similar to you, I haven't really got a chance to kind of dig into Missouri. Haven't really got a chance to dig into Boston College, to be
Okay.
honest.
All right.
But I mean, but it is one. It is one of the few, top 25 matchups that we're getting today. So again, it's kind of one of them situations where you just want to go with the logo. You want to go, but at the same time, you want to kind of make a compelling. You want to make it kind of compelling. Obviously, from a commentary standpoint, in terms of at least trying to highlight, kind of what Boston College can bring. Castellanos, for the majority of his career, has been known as a runner. Many aspects. So when you take
Oh,
into
for
account
real.
Bill O'Brien is there, um,
What up?
bringing that NFL experience, and then obviously, just recently coming from the University of Alabama. I mean, I don't really know, man. Like you said, if you're saying they're not necessarily running the ball,
Uh
that
huh.
does kind of play into. And I will say this though, for whatever people want to say about Florida State, Florida State is a running team. That's what they
Mm-hmm.
want to do. So Boston College is beat. They beat Florida State, and Florida State on paper is more talented.
Mm-hmm.
And so it'll be interesting. But you know what? I'm just to be a contrarian. I'm going to take Boston College
Oh, okay, I like it, bro. I dig it. I dig it, bro. I
because
dig that. Hey, bro,
because
I ain't mad at you, bro.
no, but like I said, the reason I'm saying this is because the first 2 weeks of college football has
Yeah,
shown me that upsets are out here. Like
yes,
obviously, if we would have, if last week, hey, Notre Dame versus Northern Illinois, we wouldn't have to do no commentary on that whatsoever. Oh yeah,
period.
man,
We,
Notre
we'd
Notre
have took
Dame.
Notre Dame all day, and we
Yeah,
probably would have took Notre Dame to beat them by
big.
30.
Yeah, but
You know what I'm
big.
saying?
You know, same.
Yeah,
Same thing go for Kansas and UNLV. So
you know.
I think I'm not saying this is the upset game to look out for, but no, I mean,
It's these 5th and 6th year seniors teams that that get you when you look at Northern Illinois roster. And shout out to him, man. Black head coach up there at Northern Illinois, man, doing his thing.
yes, yes,
Um, but they have a team full of seniors, bro. And that's what I try to explain to some people sometimes when we get to talking football. Like, that matters. That
yeah,
matters. These seniors and these super seniors on these teams, that matters, man. That matters a lot. And Baylor is one of those teams that has that. I don't know if they start getting it together, if they snap out of this little funk that they in, or whatever is going on with Baylor. I hope they figure that out, or DeQuan Finn start playing better, because DeQuan Finn got me looking like a whole clown right now. I'm disappointed in DeQuan Finn, bro. I am, bro. I got to keep it a buck out here, bro. I got to, bro. I got to.
yeah.
He got me. You know what I mean? I'm mad at DeQuan Finn, bro. Like, I thought DeQuan Finn, but to be honest with you though, that's why I didn't put him at as a top
Big 12 quarterback.
Yeah, as a top Big 12 quarterback. I think I kept him at like number 8 on my in my rankings, number 8 or number 7. That's why I didn't put him as a top because I didn't know. I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to make the transition coming from the MAC and then going down to, you know what I'm saying, going down to the Big 12. I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to do that. What up, Alpha Roo, man? I thank you for supporting Alpha Roo coming through in the
Yeah,
morning, man.
shout out
You know what I'm
Alpha.
saying? Doing our thing, man. Um, Doing our little picks. You know, this is like our little college game day version. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
If you will. You know, I got the live little slide pulled up. Now this game right here, man, Oregon versus or at Oregon State. They call this the Civil Rivalry game. I guess that's what they calling this one here. And as of lately, Oregon has been a top 10 team that has not lived up to the top 10 potential just yet. They look like they're struggling stopping the run. It looks like that they can't get their offense going rolling hard. And people are not used to seeing Oregon like this. They're used to seeing Oregon in a more Pac-12 finesse, throw the ball down the field, put up a lot of points type of offense. Um, must say that in this game right here, man, I look. This is another one of those games. They're giving Oregon State, I think it's 14 points or something like that, in this game. And I mean, before I get up into picking and you know talking about the points that they're getting, because this I think this is the setup game as far as that goes. But Oregon, man, I gotta stand on this, bro. I gotta stand on this, and I don't think I'm coming off this just yet, man, because I think that Oregon slides out of this funk that they're in. I think adding the pieces that they added on that offensive line is why it seems to be that they're having a little offensive funk or whatever. And some of those guys that they brought in out of the transfer portal, I think that they're seeing the results of that and how they're not able to come in and contribute to that culture just yet. And they got to get some chemistry going as far as game going. And by them winning right now and still going through that, I don't know if this is a wake up game for them or whatnot. But look, man, I still think Oregon bounces back. I think they're getting ready to play Big Ten football, bro. We all said at the beginning of the year, is Oregon, is Washington, is UCLA, is SC going to be able to adapt to Big Ten football culture, leave the Pac-12 behind? Well, it looks like SC is there as of right now because they're winning and they're winning by a couple more points than Oregon is. But Oregon has been in dog fights. Right, the run. But they're not stopping it enough, I guess, to some people's likings. But these are low scoring games, and Oregon is coming out on top. Now, I don't want to sit here and say that. Now we've seen that these G5 programs are beating a lot of Power Five teams. So can we sit here and really keep knocking Oregon and say that Oregon is not playing up to their potential or what? Like, because I honestly cannot sit here and say that with a straight face because we just seen a UNLV team beat Kansas. And I mean, look, and they turned the ball over. They played defense late. They played from behind. That's a G5 team, however y'all want to put that. Oregon played Idaho, then they played another team, and they not putting up the points that they want. But I think they still playing a form of football that's Big 12 ready. And with that being said, man, Oregon State, yeah, we know they got Anthony Hickerson toting the rock out over there. What was that, Colorado? And if they stop the run, but I think this is a game now. Oregon has to come out and they got to put the silencer on a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Hush up a lot of people, and I think they'll say, okay, well, Oregon showed us why they're a top 10 team. They got way too much talent up there, and they got the hogs on the in the trenches to get it done both sides of the ball, man. I'm going with Oregon to win, but and I don't know if they'll cover, but I definitely got Oregon to win in this game, man. Straight up, man. I think they go ahead and they put something on Oregon State, man. But I don't know if they'll cover, like I said. So let me get that. Let me put my thing up there. What did El Farouk say in the comments? Let me check and see what he said before. He said he said OSU looking good. If OSU they lock to make the college football playoff with those wrenches and everything. OSU. Do you mean Oregon? Is that Oregon State or Ohio State?
I don't
Oh,
know.
for real. You said
I
what's
don't
our
know.
top game this weekend? The top game this weekend. Man, that's a tough one. The top game this weekend. What's really out there? I would say that the game that I want to watch and the game I want to see, because you don't know. Oregon State. He said Oregon State been looking good. Yeah, they have. They have been. I agree. My top game. What would you say your top game is? If they win, they are locked. Yeah,
Oh,
I,
lock for the
I,
playoffs?
I could. He said he think yeah. Alfred saying if they win, they're a lock for the playoffs, the college football playoffs. Oregon State,
Oh, I don't know about it. Well, I mean, it's possible. I mean, he still got a lot of season left.
right? But who
Yeah.
who you would say that is the top game this weekend, bro? If you had to pick a top game before you go ahead and answer, pick your
Yeah,
team.
to be honest, I'm about to go Boston College in Missouri.
Boston
It's,
College and Missouri.
I mean, because
Oh,
this is kind of a kind of laid back week this particular week in terms of especially where we got the first 2 weeks of the season. Now you got week three. It's kind of some teams are taking a bye this week, so
uh-huh.
you got kind of some of those matchups, you know. But yeah, I mean that's one of the only few ranked games that we have this week. So I'm about to go with Missouri and Boston College personally.
Oregon State is a good game, man. I think Oregon has to come out and prove to a lot of people what's going on. Um, they got to prove what's going on. So if I got to pick a one, so let me have a 1A 1B. Oregon State is 1B for me. 1A to me right now is LSU and South Carolina. I think that's the my biggest game for the
Yeah,
weekend. Hopefully.
yeah, and I was thinking about that game too, but I mean, Lenore Sellers it's been rough. He doesn't look as good as Traylon Green has been looking. So, but yeah, it's gonna be rough. Um, I started the season off before the season even started. I already backed myself into a corner, so I have to pick Oregon every week just out principle.
Principal.
Just our principle. I have to pick Oregon. I have to pick Oregon every week. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when you have laid down and said, "Look, this is my pick for the national championship," I have to pick y'all every week. But just off principle. You know what I mean?
Right.
But just going back and rewatching the Idaho game and rewatching the Boise State game, you know, condensed version. The thing that I come away with is that to me, it doesn't seem like Oregon knows what they want to do offensively. I think what Dan Lennon is going on right now, in which again, this offensive coordinator they had, he was there last year. I think a lot of things are going on right now. Obviously, you lost some experience and some talent on the offensive line, which people. There's again these weird Miami fans, you know,
Yeah.
are not accounting for that, right? You don't just it's not just plug and play in many instances, right? So they got that. This is Dylan Gabriel's first year here. So how much of the offense, you know, are y'all really allowed to run with him? Like his strengths and Bo Nick's strengths may actually be different. So you got to kind of figure that out. Another thing is, to me, it kind of seems like, unlike the previous 2 years, to me, it seems like Dan Lennon is kind of getting a little bit more so in the man. We want to kind of be a run based team, but it's like you got Evan Stewart, Holden, and you got Tez Johnson. So to me, it seems like it would be obvious. Why don't y'all try to make the offense more Ohio State esque in terms of just the game? Our offense is going to start on the perimeter, and then we'll slowly, matriculate back to the run game.
Hmm.
Defensively, I have no idea what's going on defensively. I mean, they've invested a lot of money on that side of the ball, and it doesn't look like it's paying off. But again, similar situation. You lost some guys to the league off that side of the ball as well. But they gotta get it ready. I mean, they gotta get together in a hurry because I mean, yeah, they're playing Ohio State next week. I believe that's
Hmm.
the week 4 matchup. It's either next week or it's week 5, but I think it's next week. So they gotta get it together. And I got y'all beating Ohio State. If y'all have to match up with them twice, I got them beating. So I mean, they have to go out here today, and they cannot have the same type of game they had the past 2 weeks. But again, I will say this: Boise State is a good team. Boise
Yeah,
State was one of the teams that was
yes.
picked to say they could be the representative in the G5. And again, I may just be, throwing bait, just throwing, giving excuses because I'm rocking with Oregon, But Boise State is a good team. You
I
know what
don't
I'm
think
saying?
so, bro. Nah,
And
Ashton
I, but I,
Jitty, he is
but
they
that's what I'm
saying he the
saying.
best running back in college football.
Yeah, and I said the same thing about Penn State and Bowling Green. I text you. It was
Yeah,
it was all fun, but those are two teams that many pundits said they have a legit opportunity at the G5 spot or locking up that particular spot. So I mean, Boise State is a lot better than people give them. Well, most non-active college football fans. Boise State is much better. So I to me, I really look at that game. That game was really, even though it's a G5 opponent, I look at it as no, that was just two P5 teams playing, two really good P5 teams. P4 teams. Well, no P5, since you're saying
yeah,
the Pac-12 is trying to make a resurgence.
yes,
So
they
those
are
really two good Pac-12, team. I mean, G5 teams playing. Getting tongue
Power
tied.
Five teams. Cause
Yeah.
yeah, bro. Cause they're going to the Pac-12 for sure. Boise State is. Man, they look these teams, man. They think the transfer portal has made college football great again, man. These G5 teams is playing like no lights out, bro. They are playing lights out. It seems like they're a lot hungrier than a lot of these Power Five teams. And these Power Five teams is going into these games. I don't know what's going on, but it seemed like they're going into these games like we just gonna go smack these cats around, and they ready for them, and they are
Yeah.
ready for them. You hear me? You
Yeah.
seen that UNLV, Bowling Green, Penn State, Boise State, Oregon, NIU, Notre Dame, and I do not think that it is over. This is going to be an exciting season of college football. We got a 12-team playoff, and then you're going to see it in the playoffs. Well, I think we may even see in the playoffs a 7 seed take out a 3 seed. You know what I mean? Like
Most definitely.
bruh, this is going to be an exciting ride of a college football season this year, bruh. It's going down, and this I don't think I know. I really feel like that, and this is just my opinion, y'all. I must put that disclaimer out there first. Um, we're not done seeing upsets in college football. We're not done seeing that. Air
Oh
quote,
no.
we're not done seeing those. So
No,
y'all just
no,
put y'all
no.
seatbelt on and thank the football gods that or whatever, and thank the Most High that we got good football because we got it we definitely got it, y'all. And college football is changing, but it does seem like these G5 teams are hungry to play these Power Five teams. And I tell you what, you know how we used to always have shows, and I used to always and we talked about the Group of Five having their own college football playoff. Well, I would say now that the Group of Five is trying to make a statement to the Power Five, like, look, y'all motherfuckers ain't really no better than us.
Yeah,
We
especially with
coming in
the
and we giving y'all battles. Like we need more teams in the playoff.
yeah, especially with the portal and everything like that.
Yeah,
And just teams are not able to hoard as much talent as they used to. Now
yes,
some teams are still able to do it, but I think that may be something that's temporary. Like, all right, I'm gonna,
yeah.
take some money and stuff like that. And then it's like, all right, if I go out and have a good year, all right, my price goes up. And it's like, are you willing to, to swallow that cost? Or if you're not, then I'm gonna go somewhere else to another team that can fit that under the budget. So yeah.
I think I know this sound crazy, y'all, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of pushback for this comment, but I think North Dakota State and South Dakota State need to try to make a push to get in the Pac-12 so they can get some funding going on over there. And that'll make them competitive. I know they may start off as a low tier Pac-12 team, but they may not. You never know. They develop well over there. I think that
But that's a
they don't.
big jump though.
It is. It is.
That's
It
a
is.
massive jump.
So,
That's a
so
massive jump.
that's why I said I know I'll get some pushback for it. But
Yeah.
as far as the funding go, you know, As far as the funding go, they if they had some funding there and they could probably retain some of their talent, or been able to bring in some talent to develop, that them squads would be something different, bro. Them squads would be something different. I mean, what is there else to do in North Dakota and South Dakota State? What else is there to do but play football, but focus on your craft? You know what I mean? Go out there, train hard, forget about the outside world, lock in, worry about football, get your grades, graduate college, and focus on football and throughout the years, work out. I mean, those teams they still putting NFL talent out there. So just imagine what those teams would do if they had the funding. You know, I'm just saying.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just saying. I don't know if that's a big jump. But maybe he said, I agree. I think CU can upset Cincinnati. A
Oh,
G5. He's saying they're a G5 team, man. He's saying they're a G5 team. That's what he's saying. All right, man. This game right here, Texas A&M and Florida. Now I'm gonna have to keep it a buck like that with this right here. These two particular teams, and I don't really know too much about Texas A&M besides what they showed versus Notre Dame, and then Florida, Miami just beat them around. They just trying to figure out. He want to start two different quarterbacks. DJ Lagway, and he want to put in the other quarterback. So I don't know how that's gonna work out for the Gators. I think you just need to stick with one and roll with it. DJ Lagway obviously is the better quarterback down there in Florida. So if you're gonna start him and play him, you need to go ahead and play him. I think that may buy you some time to play DJ Lagway. I think that's where he's going. Like, look, because if you got that older quarterback in there, more experienced quarterback, and you still get your ass kicked the whole season, even though you got the toughest schedule in all of college football, Billy Napier, you really out the door. But if you start DJ Lagway, at least you got some kind of excuse saying that I'm trying to get this young quarterback together. And it may buy you another season or two. I don't know, because at this point we know he kind of in a hot seat. He can't keep taking a lot of these L's. That's just and I know this don't really got too much to do with the game, but I'm just thinking like maybe that may buy him some time. Kind of like what the Bears is going through right now with Caleb Williams. Okay, we're gonna start, get draft Caleb Williams. So let me play DJ Lagway, try to get him developed, because the other quarterback obviously ain't getting it done right now. I'm going blank with his name, but yeah, because
Graham.
Billy Napier might be out the door. But I then let me just keep it frank and just make this pick in this game, man. Um, I'm going with Texas A&M in this game, man. I think Texas A&M wins this game. I think they. I don't know. I think they was. I think that might have been a first week game versus Notre Dame and what they showed, man. I'm going with them, man, and for the W. Even though the Gators are at home, I think Texas A&M go down there and they play these guys well. That's what I think. What you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with A&M too, man. I mean, I mean, I spoke. I'm not gonna say highly. I spoke favorably about Florida going into this particular season, and I do think that maybe they could maybe catch fire. But when you start doing this, we're gonna play two quarterback thing. I think it hinders what you can do offensively, because now you have, because the nuance of it, you got a receiver that's used to the quarterback delivering the ball okay this way. All right, well the other quarterback is in, so now I got to make an adjustment for that.
Mm-hmm.
You have a situation where, okay, well, one quarterback may have certain strengths that the other one doesn't, so play calling is going to be different, right? Um, Lagway, since probably doesn't have as much of a grasp of the offense as Graham Mertz does, right? Which I don't. To be honest, again, I'm not gonna be a hypocrite. I don't think Graham Mertz is that bad. I just think
Okay.
it's kind of one of those Kyle McCord situations to me, where it's like individuals expected you to be something that you're not. I think,
Uh-huh.
and again, I can't speak for Florida fans, but I think they're probably
Okay.
still upset about the Will Greer situation from some years back, where Will Greer was taken away from them, and they saw some hope and some promise, like, okay, this is finally the quarterback post Tebow that's going to actually be able to help get us there. Obviously, and then they had Kyle Trask under Dan Mullen, but I don't think
Mm-hmm.
Trask had as high of a ceiling as Will Greer, had. But I don't think Graham Mercer's that bad. But again, and to me, I don't. He could start DJ Lagway, but like Billy Napier, I think you pretty much made your bed, right? From a recruiting perspective, from just the whole embarrassment with the Jaden Rashada situation, to I still say Nick Saban finessed, like played chess with him in terms of getting him to hire the defensive coordinator Adam Anderson, because the rumor was, oh well, Nick Saban's gonna hire Adam Anderson from Southern Miss, and then Billy Napier swoops in like, no, you're gonna come to Florida, and it's like, bro, like you shouldn't have done that. Then he brought in his guy from you know whoever he coached at previously, brought him in to kind of be somewhat of an analyst, and I think
Yeah.
this is one of the things that's not talked about when these lower tier guys take these big time jobs. It's like you don't have the Rolodex big enough to maybe put together a staff that's large enough for this. And not to kind of jump off subject, but kind of
Mm-hmm.
back to a discussion that you and Rawhide were having when he was just talking about the infrastructure of it all, where you have a program that has everything already there. They just need the right person to navigate it, right? And Florida,
Uh-huh.
those ready-made type of programs where you need a guy that understand what's going on. And I think
Okay.
that was a big jump for Billy Napier. And I think that's one of the issues that happens with a lot of these G5 coaches. When they make this particular jump,
Yeah.
you don't have enough guys. You may not have, and then another thing is about charisma. You gotta have a certain charisma to have people, not just for the players to believe in you, but you gotta have enough charisma to have coaches to believe in you, veteran coaches as well, right?
Okay.
But this has been an absolute mess. Like Billy Napier, you're gone. Like it doesn't matter if you play. It doesn't matter if you played your entire last recruiting class. Like they come in
Mm.
hard spots. Like I mean, it's over. Like because it's better to go ahead and end it now than for it to permeate. I know the rumor mill is kind of heating up. Like the story was out. Oh well, Lane Kiffin he would opt to leave. To leave, and that would be their 21st century Steve Spurrier. To me. But with that being said, nah, man, like I said, I gotta go with I gotta go with yeah, I gotta go with I'm gonna go with A&M. I like Connor Wig, so that's what
DJ stats last week: 18 for 24, 435 yards, 3 touchdowns. Think they will stick
and
with one?
this is not Sanford. To say it was not Sanford, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So so nah, man, it's a wrap. Now again, I'll say this: in my opinion, Florida does have enough offensive talent to put Texas A&M in a peculiar situation. But Billy Napier is the play caller. Billy Napier, are you going to be able to call plays in certain, like, can you string drives and plays together to make your team successful? And I don't feel like he can do that.
All right. All right. So that Pitt, West Virginia and Pitt, the backyard brawl, dog. It's going down. It's going down, dog. See, now, all right, I know it's a little bit about Pitt, West Virginia, Garrett Green, CJ Donaldson running the rock. They got a little bit of hogs up front, but look, and it's kind of crazy that Pitt would be the underdog in this game, not by a lot, but especially at being at home, they ain't got much. They need to recruit the city. Why don't y'all recruit the city, Pitt? Recruit more of the city. It's NIL era. This is no longer just trying to get doctors to go in the medical field. Yes, we know the University of Pittsburgh medical centers. Yes, they know. Yeah, y'all have went down, so y'all are not putting the best doctors out there no more anyway. So football, it's a football city. football town, Western Pennsylvania, Pitt. I'm trying to tell you, Pat Narduzzi, if you don't get your white back behind in them hoods in that public area in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and start recruiting the city and locking down them kids from Aliquippa, from Plumboro, from Monroeville, from Wilkinsburg, from Homewood, from the north side. And if you don't start recruiting that city, Pat Narduzzi, and developing that talent from the city, Pitt will stay trash. Get the kids that's in the city, lock them down, and bring them to Pitt. You will have a dog of a team. You will have a team like no other. That's why I think Pittsburgh needs a black coach in college football, because you need a coach who's going to recruit the city. You can get you a nice quarterback, a white boy with some speed, probably from Plumboro out there around the way. You're probably, and why are you not recruiting the city? What's going on out there? That's why we're trash. There's some dogs out there in high school. Dogs. And if you went to every high school around Pittsburgh, in the surrounding area of Pittsburgh, and you got to pick the best of the best out of that team, and you locked them in that city, Pitt would be hard. Pitt would be so tough, bro, in football. But I don't know what Narduzzi and that staff is doing over there, and I don't know what kind of bias I got going on, but it's pissing me off because I'm from Pittsburgh, and that fucking college team is trash. But I got to rock with Pitt in the backyard brawl versus West Virginia, because I don't want no hillbillies coming into Pittsburgh beating us. Not in the backyard brawl.
Wait a minute now, man. Like this is interesting because you were Garrett Green's biggest supporter. I know.
I like Garrett Green. Now I like Garrett Green. But when it comes down to this West Virginia Pittsburgh thing, West Virginia people different. I don't hold Garrett Green to that. I don't hold Garrett Green to what's going on in West Virginia. You know what I'm saying? But I like Garrett Green, and I like I like CJ Donaldson. I do. I like Garrett Green and what he's able to do. He's very athletic. He should have ended up in Pittsburgh. That's where he should have been at. But they let some of our talent go to West Virginia. And I don't understand that. Like, how do you let some of the best in the city go to West Virginia? Like they was messing with the city. Like, for instance, Aaron Donald came from Penn Hills High School. He went to Penn Hills High School up there. That's a suburb of the city. It's not that far from the hood. I mean, some people will say that Penn Hills is the hood. You know what I'm saying? But it's a suburban area to me growing up. They got Aaron Donald from there. A different kind of dog. You go to Aliquippa. Aliquippa is a hood in its own. It's a small town outside of Pittsburgh, but Aliquippa give it up. They represent. That's all they do out there. Since the age of 6 years old, they play together. They're trained in football. They're lifting weights about time they're 10, 12 years old in Aliquippa. Darrell Revis came from Aliquippa. They got Darrell Revis. Like, why ain't you locking down the talent in the surrounding area, Pat Narduzzi? How is you letting the talent go everywhere else? Get them NIL dollars together, get up off your way behind, and start recruiting the city. There's too much dogs in Pittsburgh. There's too much. It's just too much. That's why we're trash.
You think you've been a little hard on Pat?
Man, I'm just saying, Pat doing this thing. They undefeated right now, and they got a little thing going on, man. But recruit the city, man. That's all I'm saying, man.
I think you'd be a little hard on Pat. Like, you know, they had DeMar Hamlin.
Yeah, he's not from the city.
The other safety that they had a nice, to be honest, they had a nice little safety duo a couple years back.
That's what I'm saying, bro. But like that's every year, bro. Chad, bro. Listen, that's all we do in Pittsburgh. We don't care. The only thing we care about basketball players in Pittsburgh is if your ass can dunk, if you athletic. That's it. We don't care about no threes. If you could play defense and if you could dunk, then they go into your high school basketball game. Shout out to the Hoopers. I ain't dissing the Hoopers because hooping is cool. But yo, there is some dogs in the area, bro. You can put together a all start. And I'm not knocking even on my white boys that's out there in the area, because some of them can ball. When you go looking at the Plum Burrows and that Akrons in the Fox Chapel area, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like you could put together something crazy just with the surrounding area. So how are you letting your best talent slip away? And why are you not grabbing these kid boys and putting them on this team, using some of that NIL and developing this talent? It's crazy to me. Like I'm just saying, like, he's picking up the ones he want, but I mean that DeMar was just super dominant in the city. But there's, you know what I mean, you got to remember there was kids out there smacking DeMar too, and you know what I mean. Where's the where? I ain't never heard of the dudes who was putting it on DeMar in high school, who gave DeMar problems in high school. He didn't go to Pitt. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what I'm saying. Like, they letting these boys go down to, like, they need to work it out, bro. It may be grades. It may be the grades or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Because of Pitt, because it's a medical school and it may be grades. I bet you that's what it is. But man, F all that, man. Y'all got to put that team on the map, man. There's too much talent. And if you ain't got the grades, I'll get you a tutor. They got NIL money for all that now. You could pay somebody to get them a tutor or something. Because I'm saying, like, people like, man, there's too much ballers out there, man. They get busy, man. That's what we do out that way. But I got Pitt, man. I'm done on my rant, bro. I'm done on my rant, bro. I got Pitt.
Man, I don't have anything to say. I'm gonna roll with Pitt because of how passionate you was. So I'm gonna roll with Pitt.
You roll with Pitt. Oh man, it's sad, man. I just got fired up with that, man. That take, man, it got me fired up, bro. Got me fired up, bro. I like Pat. Pat got to do Narduzzi. Got to do something, man. Got to do something, bro. Dayon Hayes had a couple of problems out there. He went to Colorado. I think they should have worked with him. Sam Okanola. He had something like something going on out there, bro. I don't know what it is, but bro, you can't. I don't know. They be putting it. He recruit the city enough, but he got to get out there, bro. There's some good talent out there. All right, this is a good game too, by the way. This is a great game, by the way. Moving on. UCF TCU. This is a good game. I think this is gonna be a good. This is another one of them Big 12 matchups. I think it should be good. This should be a good game. Man, Gus Malzahn versus Sonny Dykes. The TCU being at home. Where that ring game at? TCU look like they put together something good. Look like they a little bit more balanced. Especially at the passing. I don't know if KJ Jefferson is going to come out and have one of those iffy passing games. I know he's athletic. I know he could run. I know RJ Harvey could run the ball. I know they got 3 running backs at UCF that could tote the ball all crazy. Could go with RJ Harvey. You go with Penny Boone. The other guy that's down there, Gus Malzahn, hell of a coach. That team is very physical, defense hitting. I'll be watching Coaches Hayes. Shout out to Coach Hayes because he follows UCF and teaches a lot of people about UCF, gets a little bit of information from them. But man, I just don't. TCU being at home, I know they're gonna be physical. I hope they're physical enough to go up against UCF. They look to seem that way. They look like they're fighting that way. I hope that Sonny Dykes got them ready because I already went ahead and picked TCU to cover in this game. I think I did. I went with TCU in this game. Don't ask me why, but yeah, I already rolled with them and I got bread on them. So I got to go ahead and go with TCU in this game, man. I know it ain't favorable, but yeah, I went with TCU, bro.
Man, UCF is making some things happen. Like I said, KJ Jefferson is going to. He's going to be the ultimate decider of how high they go. But I mean, a physical team, man. Run the ball. I think the first game of the season, they had over 400 yards on the ground. So I mean, that's what Gus is going to do. I'm probably gonna. I'm about to go. I'm going to go with UCF. I think they have just
Okay.
a smidge more talent than TCU does. Even though I will probably maybe argue merit. I mean, just accomplishment to accomplishment. I would probably maybe say Sonny Dykes just from a adaptability standpoint. I'll say that from
Mm-hmm.
stability standpoint, I think he may have the edge over Gus Malzahn. But I mean, Gus got everything that he needs. He has all the ingredients that he needs from an offensive perspective to do exactly what he wants, and may actually have more than that. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna go with UCF. Like I said, they got some nice pieces offensively, defensively. You know, they're coming along. But I mean, it should be a competitive game. And you know, we were asked earlier, you know, like game of the day, you know, and I forgot this game right here was on the slate, but
I did too. I
it
did too.
very
This is
well
gonna be a good one.
it is very
Should
well
be.
could be. Yeah, because you know it's even. You know, to me it's evenly matched. You know, two solid teams. You know, early in the season, you know, and against a conference game, so it's gonna go a long way to kind of you know this game right here is going to mean something towards the end of the season. So yeah, but I'm a rock with UCF though.
Okay. All right. All right. Bet that up. Oh, okay. This game here. Yep, the Rocky Mountain Showdown. That's what they call this one. Oh man. I mean, look, we seen what all right, Colorado State is moving into the Pac-12. So obviously they think that Jay Norvell has the talent to move up out of the Mountain West and go to the Pac-12. I think that I will say this about Jay Norvell. He knows how to scheme up his and get his team ready for their opponents, right? I think for each opponent, they play a different style of football with the multiple defenses with that 4-2-5 and how he's able to scheme that 4-2-5 defense into like a multiple type of defense and scheme it up according to their opponents. And we seen how bad that offensive line was for Colorado, for CU, and the fact that CU they're making changes to that offensive line. I believe they put so they took Justin Mayers from UTEP out of guard, and I believe they put Tyler Johnson there, and then they took Khalil, not Khalil bit, but no, I'm sorry, they put Tyler Brown there at guard. Tyler Brown, they took him from tackle, put him at guard, and then they took Philip Houston from FIU, FAU, whichever one that was, and they put him at right tackle. I think he's only like 250 pounds or something like that at right tackle. And they say that they want to run the ball, but I watched interviews of coach. They're not running the ball. They're not going to run the ball. And if they go into this game, and I'm just being honest, if they go into the CSU game and Colorado think that they're going to start experimenting with running the ball against Colorado State, this was a very tough game last year. This ain't the game to try to get some practice in. I think that your practice is over now. For to be honest, to be trying to run the ball, you ain't ran the ball in 14 weeks. Don't go into this game thinking that you're going to run the ball. Go ahead and try to, I guess, maybe if you change the offensive scheme up a little bit, like I heard a lot of people saying that know football a lot better than me, throw some wham blocks in there, stop just trying to run an inside zone, wham scheme, scissor scheme, put some tight ends in there, lead block with maybe a fullback or something and run the ball that way. But I don't know if they had time to implement that in the offense. And watching the offensive coordinator, Pat Schumer, in the interview, I'm not sure that Pat Schumer, even if he knows what's going on, he just like, man, look, I'm here to be a fall guy when everything goes awry. I don't know what's going on up there, man. It looked like a shit show, to be honest, with Colorado this year. That offensive line is definitely a problem. I will say that the defensive players have played better in the second half of the Nebraska game. I'm not leaning towards the side of saying they shut Nebraska out. No, I think Nebraska was playing the clock, but I will say that those defensive players played better in the second half of that football game. Um, but man, look, let me stop beating around the bush, man. They gave Colorado State University 7.5. I think that would be a good bet for anybody to take. Because CU got to put the gas pedal on. Some people say that CU going to win the game. I want CU to win this game. I do. I want CU to win this game just because of what Norvell said about Prime's mom and his kids and all that. I don't like him, the personal attack that he did. Disrespecting his mom, saying his mom taught him better, whatever, coming at him like that. Let the kids go ahead and beef. But man, they played them good last year, man, and and they defense is still stout. I'm not fooled by that 52 nothing, man. I know I'm about to get reamed out for this, man, but I gotta be an analyst, y'all, and I just think Colorado State University pulls it out, man. And I'm saying I'm not even saying that happy, bro. I'm not saying that happy at all. I'm not happy to do this. I'm just not, bro. But
No, no, yeah, I'm saying Colorado State too, because if we go back and we watch the two games that Colorado has played, against North Dakota State, I mean, they have not shown the ability to put sustainable drives together. If we look back at the um, North Dakota State game where they had their best offensive performance, and again, it's early in the season, right? But they had those chunk plays that put them in position to score. You know what I mean? So it's not like they have shown the ability to actually put anything together to say like, okay, this is any semblance of offense. Defense has been, again, I thought they played a little bit better against the run against North Dakota State, but then Nebraska comes to town. It's like, nah, we're gonna run the ball. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
Um, you don't want to be switching up the offensive line like this because it goes back to now we got the communication aspect of it all, right? And I know y'all had a very healthy, in my loaded Lux voice, healthy conversation about this yesterday. And I was in the chat, but I was dead serious. Like y'all talking about Mountain West, and well, the people that was, I'm not gonna put you in there, but like, nah, man, they put together like a swag team, like straight up. Like you have the upper tier swag teams that have guys that have some P5 experience, but they for whatever reason weren't able to cut it the way that they need to cut. So they go down to the SWAC level. Now they look all world. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
that's how I feel about this. Like this is a SWAC team parading around in a Power Five conference. That is how they get.
Mm-hmm.
That is how they're constructed. The coaching staff would be what you would consider to be a SWAC staff, and it's not to say anything disparaging, but it just kind of goes to show like almost like we're not working with a budget like we need to be working with the Rolodex again. This and Dion is not absent from this. Like you can be as popular as you want, but you still have to convince people to come work for you, right? And so when you look at the staff that he's put
Yeah.
together, it's great that he has given these guys some opportunities to kind of coach at this particular level. Is something to put on a resume. But the worse this looks, the more it just intensifies the stigma that guys at that particular level do not have what it takes to coach at this
Yeah.
level, right? So from a bigger picture, you want Colorado to be successful in a bigger picture, but it's like when you just look at what's being presented, it's like, bro, like
Yeah.
there's no way this is not winning. And it's just the only thing that's sustainable, right? The only thing that looks sustainable is just unorganization, chaos, and just foolishness, right? But I
Yes,
will
man.
say this and to kind of piggyback off what Alfred say, from an energy standpoint, like, yeah, this game is personal. Like the Nebraska game was personal. So if for anything, the first quarter, the first half or something like that, you'll probably get a couple of little cheap shots. You'll probably get, some unnecessary roughness, a couple of little flags. So, that'll be the excitement of it all because, that's what Colorado brings, like dysfunction. So it'd be dysfunctional. But, once the rubber needs to meet the road, I feel like not Kansas State, but Colorado State, I think they pull this game out. I'm not going to say it's going to
Yeah.
be go out, but, you just got to say it. At the end of the day, a brother going to win.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Right. At the end of the day, right, right. Somebody, right, a brother gonna
it's,
win, and it's crazy shit. Like, I mean, look, man, Travis Hunter, man. I mean, they like we ain't soft. Like, you get cheap shot in the game, he lacerates your liver, and then you take him out on the date for he'll go eat hot wings and bowling.
he's a nice guy, man.
Man, listen, bro. I ain't knocking him. I like Travis Hunter for what he doing as a person, but bro, you don't do that, bro. I'm sorry, bro. This is a football, it's a gladiator game. You don't do that, bro. You don't take a man out on the date after he put you out in the football
Nah,
game with a cheap shot.
It's the
Um,
Southern hospitality that we are known for.
okay, I could dig that. I could dig it. I guess so. But nah, but I don't know. Nah, I'm not doing that. But this game, it's sad, bro. It's sad, and a lot
Why
of
is this?
people
Why is this?
it's a must win because it's a must win for these guys, man. If this is a must win for Colorado, bro. It hurts me, bro, to
Why
have to
does it
pick
hurt you?
Colorado
Why
State.
does it hurt you?
It does, bro. It hurts me to pick
Why?
Colorado State,
Why
but
does it hurt you to pick the better team? Why does it hurt you to pick the better team?
because I want CU to win. I do. I don't want to. I don't want to root against
Hey,
Dion. You know what I mean? I want Dion to be successful.
Chucky,
All in
think
all,
about
I
this.
do.
Chucky, think about this. All these players are winning in life right now. Going
Right.
to Colorado has boosted their social media accounts. It boosted their exposure. They're winning in life. You don't always have to win on the field. You win in
Right. Right.
life.
Right.
You're winning in life. They have Deion Sanders now as a reference.
Sure, bro.
I'm
Sure.
just being honest. I mean, you got
Rodney Crash says CSU ain't winning. CSU ain't winning. I don't know. Hey, Rodney Craft, what gives you the indication that CSU is not winning? People look at the Northern Colorado game and say they played Northern Colorado. They did what they supposed to do. Yes, they did what they were supposed to do. Dominate that game in a dominant fashion.
do
Go
they
look
feel
at the stats.
Colorado is Texas or something? Do they feel
They played Texas and got blown out 52 nothing by arguably the best college
yeah,
football team
arguably,
in
yeah.
football.
Yeah, like
Texas is arguably the best team in college football, literally this year,
yes.
literally until they
Yeah.
play Ohio State and see how that looks. And I don't know if they play each other or not in the schedule. I got to look at the schedule once again, but they're arguably the
They
best team in
play
college football, bro.
yeah, they play.
Straight up dominant, and their freshman running back was still able to get over a buck 30
I
on
think they
that
play
team.
Georgia this year though.
Yeah, huh?
I think Texas is playing Georgia this year though.
Oh, Texas playing Georgia.
I think they
Yeah,
are.
they playing Georgia, so I mean, we'll be able to see how Texas holds up against Georgia and stuff. But Texas is a dominant football team. You seen what they did to Michigan, man. Michigan still got some defensive players, bro. I don't know why people think that's it. I mean, I'm just trying to pick the better football team in this way, and I think that Colorado State is the better all around football team, bro. Like, don't sleep on them, bro. That's all I'm saying. He said, I believe CU doesn't really believe they can win and they'll find a way to lose in crunch time. I don't see how that is, bro. Like they tried to give the game last year to Colorado and they still wind up taking the game to double overtime. He threw 3 interceptions. They had a pick six in that game, a fumble, and it still went to double overtime last year, bro. Shiloh's not there. Chidozi's not there. You got Philip Houston at right tackle. Tyler Brown's moving back in the inside at guard. Like, why are you switching the offensive line around in a rival game? Like, bro, that matters. But I don't know. I'm just telling y'all, I don't know. I don't think that it's going to be by much. I think CU scores. I think CU makes it interesting. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I hope it's not, but real talk. I just picking a better football team, like Shad said, and I think that they pulled that one off, bro. I think they get it, bro. That's all I'm saying, man.
Winning in life.
Right, right, right. Indiana and UCLA, man. Indiana, UCLA.
Interesting matchup. One of the matchups that with the new Big Ten, like you see this matchup. This looks so funny to see it. Like this is a matchup and it's a conference game, not an out of conference game. This looks really.
Right,
I know.
right.
I know.
Hey,
I know you're high on Indiana. I know you're
yeah,
high.
I am.
Um, again, I'm gonna say I'm not. I'm about to. I'm about to follow your lead on this. You probably leaning towards Indiana, so I'm gonna go with Indiana. You know what I mean? I'm not as well versed with these two particular games or these two particular teams because I haven't watched them. They haven't played in
Yeah,
that has made me compelled to watch it. But this would be an interesting game to watch. I would say that.
yeah.
But I'm gonna go
I
with
think this is Indiana's first test to really see where they at in the Big Ten, right? To see if they gonna be a mid-tier Big Ten team, or they gonna play UCLA tough and how they gonna play them. But I mean, like you're familiar with the James Madison head coach and Kurt Signetti. I mean, and what they were able to do down there. He pretty much just came up to Indiana, took the best of his players up there. When Curtis Ryuk from Ohio, the quarterback, from up there in Ohio. Big white boy, 6'5", 230 pounds, something like that. He's athletic, got a little arm on him. They got a nice running game. They got some receivers over there. They got a decent defense. They were able to hang 77 points on I think it was Western Illinois. I think they were playing, I believe, and they were able to put up 77 points. I mean, when you're playing those teams like that, those lower tier teams, and I think that's what you look for. How many points are they scoring? Is the offense, is the defense dominant? And I think like when you could score 77 points, I think you could average that out against a UCLA like about 35 points or something like that, maybe even 28 points, play some good defense. I do want to see what Deshaun Foster is going to be able to put together with UCLA and what he has done over there, because he's a running back, ex NFL running back, but UCLA is his alma mater, and I want to see how those running backs look up at UCLA, see if they got that running game together. This is a good look game to see what both of these teams is looking like. But look, I definitely am going with Indiana. I know more about Indiana than UCLA. I know a small amount about UCLA, but I'm definitely rocking with Indiana. It's just a California game. I don't know if that's gonna make a difference with them or not, but I guess we'll see what that goes, man. But yeah, I do want y'all to see. I know I've been talking about quarterbacks, but I think Curtis Ryuk, I think he may not disappoint, and that may have a lot to do with the culture that Kurt Signetti brought up there to Indiana. But Curtis Ryuk, look, watch him today, y'all. He gonna show something, I think. All right. This game right here. All right. Notre Dame versus Purdue. Notre Dame and Purdue.
Mother picked the logo, man. I'm gonna go with Notre Dame.
Huh?
Mother picked the logo. I'm gonna go with Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
I have no commentary on this.
All right, no commentary. Notre Dame. I mean, what's the head coach over there at Purdue? I know he's a black head coach, so shout out to him. I can't forget his name. Forgot his name. Black head coach, young guy. Think he just started last year at Purdue. Purdue was his last year. He over there building up that program. I will say that Hudson Card, I think that's Hudson Card, the quarterback for Purdue. Even though they haven't played nobody, he look all right, man, and Purdue look all right, and if they gonna go out there, they ain't gonna embarrass themselves 2 weeks in a row, right? Notre Dame ain't gonna embarrass themselves 2 weeks in a row, get beat by an NIU team, but they were older. Like I said, NIU was an older team, a lot of seniors on that team, so a lot of veteran guys who've been in that system with them for so long. Purdue, this is a chance for them to go out there and play. I know they do have the confidence to go out there and beat Notre Dame today. But yeah, I gotta go with Notre Dame, man. I got to. I can't pick them against Notre Dame in this game. Even them that them be going to Purdue, man. I can't pick against Notre Dame, bro. I can't do that, bro. It's just but it might be one of them sneaky track games. I mean, you lose the NIU. I mean, you liable to be going around and get picked about everybody, man.
Yeah. I'll best off you lose the NIU. Yeah, I'll best off.
I mean, right. I mean, look, and that's a good point. Hey, TH, you said correction. Georgia is the best team in all of college football. TH, I would say this, right? I say this.
That's why we say arguably.
Right. That's why I say that question first of all, and then Texas seems to have better receivers than Georgia. I think like when you look at quarterback for quarterback, I think you'll start leaning like you'll lean towards Georgia with Carson Beck. But how much is a drop off to Quinn Ewers to Carson Beck? You know what I'm saying? And then you look at running back. I guess you might lean towards Georgia and in that position. But then how far is Blue really a drop off from that? And then you look at tight end. Yeah, I'd probably lean Georgia, maybe. But how far is Texas tight end from that? Well, when you look at receivers, I think it's night and day, bro. I honestly do. I think they got the better receivers. The trenches is right up there with Georgia's. And I mean, we'll see. We will see this year what Texas does versus Georgia and what Georgia versus Texas. We will see.
Yeah,
I do not. I strongly believe that our national champion of this year, me and Shad have said it multiple times, there will not be an undefeated team. That's going to be college football. I got to stand by that. Our national champion will have a loss on their record. Um, because I think that going undefeated into the 12 team system might be a disadvantage. It sounds crazy, right? But that's what I'm going at. Taking an L for some people might be good. Maybe bounce back. You learn from losing.
Yeah,
Can't learn if you don't lose. You're just
yeah.
thinking you're on the top. You know what I mean? Team get hot, whatever. But man, hey, look, man, I appreciate y'all kicking it with us, man. Fans point of view style. Um, fans point of view style early in the morning, bro. Game picks is on. We made our game picks. Fans point of view on Saturday morning. I enjoyed it. Have fun, man. How you feel, bro?
I'm good. You know, like I say, Syracuse has the week off, so that's one of those games that I get to cover. So I guess that gives me the opportunity to cover Oregon this week. So that's good.
Yeah, yeah. That's it.
Like I said, man, check me out, Shad 1419 YouTube.
Uh-huh.
We covering Miami, we covering Michigan State, we covering Syracuse this year, and then my affinity for Oregon. So I gotta keep an eye out west. Another game that we didn't go over, which we kind of spoke about it earlier, was obviously the LSU versus South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
it's not a slide, but I think we both probably feel the same way. Like I think LSU's gonna have to take it. I mean, Lenore Sellers, he just it's been a
Yeah.
rough it's been a rough go. It's been a rough go for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
but
has been. But
yeah,
that defense is crazy out of South Carolina, bruh.
yeah,
That
I've seen.
defense is
Yeah,
crazy, bro. Like, and I think it's kind of like my Pittsburgh Steelers. Like, our offense is kind of sputtering right now because Justin Fields is learning the offense. Lenore Sellers is learning that offense down in South Carolina, but that defense keeps them in games. And as long as he can manage the game, um, South Carolina could be a dangerous team with that defense, the way that defense is playing. But yeah, I'm definitely going with LSU in this game, yo. Shout out to LSU. I'm definitely going with LSU in this game right here, bro. Most definitely. Most definitely.
yeah. So, man, like I said, that's about it. Like I said, Miami plays Ball State today. I know
Oh
Ball
yeah, Miami got
a
that.
little. They've been talking a little trash, like hey,
Miami got that game.
the NIU situation, like y'all thought that was something, wait till we. I mean, and I liked it. I like teams that it makes the sport a little bit more fun because I mean, you're not supposed to just go in there and concede like, oh well, they're just we're gonna collect our little check and it's gonna be the
Hey
end of
Shaq, can I ask you a question before you get on up out of here, bro? I want to
the
ask you about this game right here, bro. Tulane and Oklahoma. Do you think that Oklahoma rolls Tulane at home?
Man, I haven't watched not a second of Oklahoma play this year, but the pundits seem to be kind of down on them. And then Tulane is kind of one of those teams where it's like they sneaky. So I mean, it very well could be a close game. It don't need to be a close game because y'all haven't played
Right.
your opponent just yet. But I mean, that's one again. That's a game right there that if you want to say upset alert or that's the game to watch out for. Like Oklahoma, Tulane ranks right up there at the top.
Cause Tulane gave K State a run for their money, right? I
Yeah,
mean, they lost that game. They lost that game to Kansas State. Kansas State rolls Arizona last night. I mean, Tulane, Oklahoma. I think Oklahoma put them. If Oklahoma goes out there, I will say this. I think I'm leaning towards Oklahoma to win, and this is out of the love for Bishop. Salute, fam. This is out of love for you, me rolling with Oklahoma, to be honest. But Tulane, they got to put Tulane to bed today. If Oklahoma goes out there and lays a smackdown on Tulane, that letting people know that put some respect on Oklahoma. I think they might open some eyes up if they put the smackdown on Tulane because Tulane did play K State real good. Kansas State, that is. When I say K State, Kansas State. Um, and they go out there and lay a smackdown on Tulane. I think that opens some people's eyes and they say, okay, all right, they're serious, they're for real. But other than that, I mean, I don't really see no other games on the slate that's even Georgia should smack Kentucky. Tennessee should smack Kent State. Nebraska should smack Northern Illinois. Texas should smack UTSA. Wake Forest and Ole Miss. Ole
Nebraska
Miss
playing
should,
Northern Illinois today.
huh?
Nebraska playing Northern Illinois today.
Yeah. Northern Iowa. I'm sorry. Northern Iowa.
I say, say they looking to go 2 for 2.
Northern Iowa. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Thank you. Yeah, but they should smack them. Texas should beat UTCSA.
No, but I'm gonna tell you something that got me upset about the rankings, right? So Nebraska goes out there and runs over Colorado,
Uh-huh.
25. Syracuse smacks Georgia Tech, and they're not in the top 25. So I didn't like that. You know,
Oh, that's good. That's good to say there, bro. Because
let
like
me
I
go
because
by it.
Georgia Tech would put the hurting on Colorado. Georgia Tech would do Colorado something ignorant, bro. I think that'd probably be like a 350-yard rushing game. That'd be crazy. That game wouldn't even be right, bro. I mean, cause I don't know. So who wins the game? Georgia Tech and Nebraska. Who would you take Georgia Tech, Nebraska if they play right now based off of what we've seen out of both teams?
Oh man, I would take Georgia Tech against Nebraska. But
Okay.
I think they would better put Rayola in some situations because again,
Mhm.
looking at the Colorado game, it's like he
He managed the game. He just didn't turn the ball over, right? That's what I'm saying. Like that's what. So like you get a lot of CU fans, and Shad, I've been fighting with
oh
these guys all
snap,
week.
trucking,
Yeah.
bro. I forgot. How did y'all overlook this aspect in y'all discussion yesterday?
What was that?
Y'all were having the part about y'all were saying that
Good, JB.
what Shador said about how many times did Rayola get touched,
Yeah.
and y'all just said he was throwing the offensive line under the bus, right?
Right.
He technically was also throwing the defensive line under the bus too, because it's
Oh
like,
shit.
yeah, didn't do
Oh
nothing to
shit.
affect him.
You right, bro. I never thought about it like that, bro.
Oh
That's
man,
crazy. So not Shador threw both. He threw the
both
trenches under the bus.
both of them under the
Threw
bus.
both of them under the buff at the same time. He said, how much did Dylan Raiola get touched? Like the defensive line didn't do their job, and my offensive line didn't block for me. Golly, bro. I ain't even think about it like that. See,
Man, man,
golly.
I don't know how y'all missed that. Like he
I don't
throwing them
know, man.
under
We
the bus
just being
too.
because you get people that go in there, man, and they say things like, and they argue with one person and they say Shador got a green light. Shador Sanders got a green light on the offense. And then you got somebody that's in there like, okay, well, if Shador got a green light, how come he hasn't went to his offensive coordinator and said that I think that this play would work better on the field? Well, he can't do that. Well, what do you mean? He got a green light he got a green light to change plays on the football field, but he can't go to his offensive coordinator and suggest a play. And that was just the funniest thing. And I had to end the show on that because I'm just like, man, it don't make sense. Because when you dealing with people like that, other things like that don't cross your mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
like,
yeah. But yeah, like I said, I just want to say that because I was like, dang, how they missed that? Because he threw both sides. Because it's like, all right, well, y'all didn't get no pressure on him. And then on top of that, because I don't think Nebraska the O line is like crazy like that, like
yeah,
more award winning O line or something like that. Yeah,
right.
but
Yeah,
yeah, no, but like I said, we're gonna we'll see how this go and everything like that. And then I think probably one of the things that we do need to do, probably midway, maybe week 5, week 6, put together like a little power ranking of the the teams within the conference. We ain't gotta
okay.
go top 10, we just go top 5 teams in each conference.
All
Some
right.
some not so crazy. Because I think after 5 weeks, I think you kind of put something together. Because like TH was talking about it.
Yeah.
Georgia team in the the college football, and obviously them in Texas are both in the SEC. So we'll kind of get to delve in and break that down.
All
But as
right,
of
for
right
sure.
now, yeah.
For sure. We'll put something together. Text me and let me know. You know what I mean? Hit me up, bro. You got me out. You know what
Week
I'm saying? We'll put something
week
together.
5, week 6, something like that.
We'll put something together. I get it ready. I got this little I got the little slides popping up with our little names, our names. I got that worked out. So
Yeah.
finally I'm digging that. So yeah, we could put a little list together with that. What up, JB, Rodney Craft, salute Bishop, salute Al Faru. Everybody came through in the morning, man, to support the show, man. I appreciate y'all, man, with the support, bro, up out there, man. I'm getting ready to go watch my son play ball. I'm not gonna put out here exactly why things went around. But look, I'm about to go watch my son go play ball, man. My little baby, go watch him put in this work, man, out here. My son now, yeah, go watch him play some ball. And then I'm gonna come back and watch these college football games, man. I don't know if I should do it live later or not. I think so. I think I should do it live later. I think so because I think this post game show is I think it's just not gonna turn out the way that a lot of people think it's gonna turn out tonight. And I think the show stops today. I think everything stops today. Everything. It's done. It's done. It's over with. All the bull crap, all the talk, all the channels, everything is done today. People lose hope.
It's gonna mess
Um,
up the economy, man.
yeah, it is gonna mess up the economy, especially the YouTube economy.
Man.
They need like it's a must win for a lot of the reasons out there, man. But look, man, thank y'all for tuning in to the fans point of view, man. Y'all make sure that y'all go check out Shad 1419, man. Like he said, he got Syracuse, got Miami. What's the other teams again, bro?
State, and they playing Prairie View today, so I mean that should be
Okay.
yeah, that should be an interesting thing.
Follow and subscribe to Shad, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Go check his content out, man. Y'all know how Shad be bringing it on here. He's always like that, man. Appreciate y'all. Make sure that y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Follow me on all socials, Trek and Chubby. And if you want to listen to me on podcast and you can't watch the YouTube, I'm definitely on pod. Most of our shows is on pod. You know what I'm saying? So Apple, Deezer, Samsung, whatever your podcast you got, I think I'm up on at all platforms. So y'all go check it out, man. We appreciate y'all. Oh yeah, go take a visit to trekandchubby.com, man. Sportswithtrekandchubby.com. Yes, I definitely got a web page. So go check that out one time for me. Support it. You did. All right. All right, man. Hey, Shad, man, I appreciate you, bro, man. I do, man. You putting in that work, bro. We super busy, but somehow we still get it done, man.
Oh yeah.
I know how we do it out here. Peace.
Want to see Truck and Chubby live and co-host Shad? Tune in at Fans Point of View, Saturday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3:30 p.m. Pacific Time. But in the meantime, in between time, enjoy the content. Don't forget to hit your notification bell for all updates. Thank you for watching.